Why hello, it's me again, the Blazing White Lion, here for another reaction video. Now the video I'm about to react to is brought to us by none other than a dead meat. And what we're about to see here by a dead meat is... Leprechaun 3, 1995 kill count. Now this ought to be interesting, because unlike some people, I actually do like the Leprechaun horror movies. They are kind of corny, but still, they're hilarious. But besides that, and I think the only one that doesn't like horror movies in my family is my mom. Just saying. I remember this one time my mom fell asleep in the chair, and I was watching the Amityville Horror while she was sleeping, and when she woke up, boy was she pissed. Good times. But besides that, oh, and also, if you're wondering what's in the aquarium back here, it's a new member of the family. Give me a sec. Let me see. Come here, little buddy. It's this right here. It's a male yellow Urisex, or at least I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If you can, as you can see, spiny tail, very feisty little fella. Just saying. I know the camera quality doesn't really do him justice, but this is him. I named him Natsu. I mean, he's a cute little fella. Take a look at this cute little guy. He's kind of feisty right now because he hasn't been held much. So, just saying, if you were wondering, this is it. But, okay, that's enough of the Q&A. So, go back in, little buddy. Come here, come here. But besides that, without further ado, let's go.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Leprechaun 3, released in 1995, and the third out of 7 of your favorite horror series. Aren't you so pumped we're doing this? Like literally every other Leprechaun movie, Lep 3 ignores the ones that came before it. But at least Part 3 has the decency to put Leprechaun in the middle of Las Vegas instead of a farmhouse or the outskirts of LA. The lights and decadence of Sin City are a perfect backdrop for Lep to run around being a little shit. Leprechaun 3 was the first of the series to be released direct-to-video after Lep 2 failed at the box office because, obviously. Luckily, producer Jeff Joffre knew how to ball on a budget, y'all, and shot most of the movie in the abandoned Ambassador Hotel, with a single night shoot in Vegas providing all the scenes on the strip. The result is a movie that doesn't feel any cheaper than the second one, and it's also much more aware of itself as a comedy, since director Brian Trenchard Smith and writer David Dubas wanted to focus on that. The humor is handled deftly by a lot of the cast, especially Warwick Davis, whose name I've apparently been mispronouncing my whole life, so sorry about that. It also has some of the most memorable kills of the series, so let's get to them.
I will say that much, it does. I think my two favorite kills in this Leprechaun movie is basically the one where the woman blows up like a balloon, butt and boobs, and basically explodes. That's a good one. And another favorite I have is when that guy thought he was having rough sex with that one lady, and then it turned out to be a TV with robotic arms. If you've watched this movie, you know what I'm talking about. But besides that, back to the video.
The movie begins with 2 minutes of pictureless credits. What the fuck, Lep 3? When they can finally afford to show some footage, it's Las Vegas. Ooh, exciting. What famous location on the strip are we going to here? The pawn place? Okay, is that the one with the roller coaster on the roof? No roller coaster, but it does have a computer-savvy owner named Gupta. Tonight, it's also got an anxious customer who is all kinds of beat up, man. What's he got there? A missing leg? An eye patch? A hook? This dude needs to open up a seafood restaurant chain pronto. To get money for his undoubtedly fried business venture, he's pawning off a frozen leprechaun. But it sounds like it comes with rules, like a gremlin.
Don't touch the medallion.
Gupta gives him a cool $20 for it, making out like a bandit in my opinion. That sculpture would be dope to put outside your
Wait a sec, that sculpture looks excellent, and you're only gonna give me 20 bucks for it, you cheapskate? Sorry. That thing looks at least worth maybe 100 or 1,000. Especially with that medallion, which is obviously a real jewel, or maybe not. Besides that, I'm nitpicking. Back to the video.
Bathroom with a tray of mints. Scooped is more interested in that medallion, though, so despite the seaman's warning, he removes it from the lep to examine with a bright science light. Behind him, the statue thaws out and
I don't know why, but I laugh every time I hear the word seaman, even if it's describing a sailor. I just laugh.
into a little shit and disappears, leaving a pot of gold coins behind that Gupta finds and gives the Aussie test of authenticity to. Then Lep appears, bites off an ear as per usual, and makes a mildly racist joke about the taste. Oh, Lep, you're not meant for this modern world. Then apparently it's rhyme time.
I'm a leprechaun, me lad, and you're a greedy thief for trying to steal me gold. I'll be giving you some grief.
And time for a single reference to the shoe fucking past.
Nice leather. I appreciate a good pair of shoes.
But this time, Lep's more interested in the gooey flesh center within the shoe, so he bites Gupta's toe off while he just kind of lies there and...
Have you ever had that moment in a horror movie that when you see something you can almost feel what that person is going through? I'm feeling it right now.
Doesn't really do anything about it. Come on, Goop. That is, until he discovers the medallion can ward off the leprechaun. Another new development to the lore, but one of the few that we'll actually see return in future movies. So Lep takes his gold and runs into the shop's basement for whatever reason, not noticing that he's dropped a gold coin on the ground until later when he's doing an AU audit.
I'm 1 shilling short.
He puts his stash of 99 coins in a safe, while upstairs, Gupta looks up leprechauns on a CD-ROM encyclopedia because the Leprechaun series has finally entered the Encarta era. It lays out the Lep's deal for this movie. His powers tied to his gold, he can grant a single wish for every shilling someone possesses, he likes potatoes? Okay, great. Gupta takes a handgun and goes for a Lep hunt in the basement, but of course Lep pulls some magical chicanery, including blowing up the gun with his finger like a Looney Tune. Luckily Gupta acts fast and sticks the medallion in Leprechaun's mouth, making him vomit Shamrock Shake and run away. He locks him back in the basement, and what the fuck? How is Lep locked in a basement? He's magic! Also, focus! Driving through Vegas is half-man, half-mouse Scott, and when he sees this chick Tammy hitchhiking in the road, he pulls over, almost hitting her in the process, so he can get a good long gape in. He agrees to give her a ride to work, telling her how he's on his way to his freshman year of college in California, and he's just stopping through Vegas with wide-eyed wonder to gee gosh golly see what it's like. He takes Tammy to the casino where she works, the Lucky Shamrock, then begs her to let him see the inside, cause it'll be an adventure. She agrees to it as long as he doesn't gamble since he's underage. Meanwhile, she's gotta get back to Fazio. Wait, what's Fazio?
Fazio is a mediocre magician who couldn't pull a rabbit out of a pet store. But it pays the bills.
Oh, okay. I thought Fazio was just bad acting. Nah, Fazio's this slick John Stamos wannabe, and as he practices his calisthenics, he makes fun of his casino co-worker Loretta for being old. It really sticks with her, too. She's talking about dreams of plastic surgery, as if Caroline Williams wasn't still beautiful enough to hump with a chainsaw. If she's good enough for Leatherface, she's good enough for you, Fazio.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Tammy shows up in her Playboy bunny outfit that Fazio gets off on, and he starts talking about a new fire trick that he
Oh, he's not the only one.
wants to try that night.
The Burning Beauty!
Only he really sucks at his job, so he's just burning the casino down, which owner Mitch isn't really happy about. Mitch is definitely happy to get creepy with Tammy, though.
You keep playing hard to get.
Focus! Also stop. Inside the casino, Scott is positively creaming himself at the sights and sounds of gambling. He's so inspired that he wants to cash in his money for tuition and housing that, what, his parents just cut him a single fucking check for? Even though he's obviously underage, Mitch lets it slip because of money, 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 money. I just wanted to do Mr. Krabs again. Looks like Mitch could use that money since he's getting harangued by this dude Art and his Hawaiian-shirted Rocky Horror hitman, Tony.
You pay Arthur the money you owe him, or I will kill you.
These two are open source coded gay characters, and also probably the funniest part of the movie.
How's 10 o'clock for you? 10 o'clock. Wait, when do you take your break?
9:30.
9:30 to 9:45? You can make that?
10.
Okay, 10. 10's good.
Scott takes his fat stacks to Loretta's table, where he promptly loses both his money and his shit.
How could this happen to me?
I've made my mistake! They show Loretta cheating him with a little button magnet thing, but seriously,
Ugh, I knew they were rigged.
that casino would get shut down so fast with some rinky-dink carnival cheat like that. But we shouldn't be surprised, look at the quality of this place. Fazio's show consists mostly of hip gyrations, but at least actor John DeMita does some solid physical comedy here. As Fazio woos you with wonder, you may be forgiven for forgetting that this is a Leprechaun movie. But don't you worry, it definitely is. See, there's our Lep. Wait, same Lep?
There was an old man of Madras whose balls were made of fine brass. So in stormy weather, they both clanged together.
You know, I used to love this Leprechaun's rhymes and somewhat limericks. Those were just about as hilarious as his stunts. And I'm spitting while I talk again.
And sparks flew out of his ass.
Yeah, that's Lep. He uses his powers to get the medallion away from Gupta and then comes at him with his little cane, beating him with that and a baseball bat as he grills him for his gold. Before Gupta gives it up, though, Lep strangles him with a phone cord. Same thing he did to Cody in the...
You have to give the Leprechaun respect. He could be a bouncer at a nightclub any day.
second movie, only this time he goes
And he'd be perfect because you wouldn't see it coming.
all the way and kills Gupta. Sorry he's dead, but can we please get out of this fucking pawn shop now? After Scott loses all his tuition and housing money, Loretta encourages him to go sell his watch at the pawn shop so he can lose more money. He goes there and finds Gupta dead on the ground, then uses the murder weapon to call the police and try real hard at acting.
Listen, I'm in a pawn shop across the street from the Lucky Shamrock Casino.
Yeah, keep trying, I guess, kid. Since that cereal box software about leprechauns is still going, Scott sees the summary.
Is it wrong that that kid somewhat looks like a young leprechaun?
Saying that without its gold, a leprechaun is so weak he can get beat by the Monty Python foot, and that a shilling entitles a person to a wish. Hey, what do you know? There's a shilling on the keyboard. Scott picks it up and gives the wish thing a shot.
I wish I was back at the casino on a winning streak.
He disappears right before Lep can ask him a question and winds up exactly where he wished for, at Loretta's table on a winning streak, since his bets are being magically directed by the gold shilling, an advantage Loretta notices, especially when it defies her cheating system and breaks it. Mitch witnesses all this, but he needs that underage cash, so he gives Scott a room at the hotel with the hope that he'll lose the money gambling later. Tammy runs into Scott, upset that he's underage gambling, and she strongly suggests that he cash out and get out of town. But Scott doesn't want to
Is it wrong I can't stop looking at her boobs? I just can't help it.
leave the city without her because he's that guy.
I want to share it with you.
Holy shit, dude, zip it back up. You just met this chick.
God. Oh my God.
See, now that's a realistic
Yeah, first time meeting her and he's already got a boner.
reaction. She tells him to wait in his room while she does another show and that they can talk later. Leprechaun finally gets out of that damn...
I won't lie. When I first saw her in that bunny outfit, I got a boner. But besides that,
pawn shop and strolls onto the Vegas Strip. It really feels like he's found a proper home here. Even his limericks are better.
Lovely golden palaces, completely full of riches. I'll rip them off and rob them blind, those dirty sons of bitches.
See, now that's a fun,
that's awesome.
campy villain. I like this leprechaun. He's naturally drawn to the Lucky Shamrock, where, since this is a Vegas movie, we get our obligatory scene with an Elvis impersonator, giving Lep a chance to stretch his voice impression powers.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, man, you do that pretty good.
Yeah, go ahead and be proud, Lep. That's one of the few powers you've kept consistent. Okay, I mean, maybe don't be that proud. That's enough. Inside the casino, Lep runs into Fazio, who he plays a trick on by making green shit appear in his hand, even though it just kind of looks like a pile of steaming squam. Then Lep swaps out magical crap for magical craps and has himself a good time throwing dice. Not even Art in the Muscle can stop him. He just turns that bodyguard into a slot machine.
Look out, Vegas. I'm taking over.
I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, that's what I thought you said. Fazio washes his hands and finds Loretta, who tells him about Scott's casino winnings and lucky gold coin. They immediately start planning an OJ-style burglary.
What's his room number?
Yeah, I know, but for real, they're fucking robbing this teenager. Fazio doesn't find the cash, but he does grab the coin right as Scott discovers him in his room. Then Fazio really does pull a late-stage OJ. Shit, man, that's assault. At least he sticks the fancy smoky exit. Well, almost. Lep winds up in the room next, having sniffed out the shilling, and flies through the air to bite Scott's arm. After a knife stab to the forehead, there's a whole bunch of this nasty, thick green Lep blood going everywhere, including onto Scott's arm where it burns through the skin. Lep gets launched out a window, but remember, he's pretty much indestructible, always able to heal himself through the power of shitty jokes.
Next time, I'll take the elevator.
I'd be much more concerned about Scott, who, oh my god, is turning into a werewolf? Or a leprechaun, really? But look at him. I mean, yeah, I guess he's eating potatoes like that CD-ROM said Leps do, and he's taking that shit to the next level with the potato buffet. Plus, he's speaking in a bad Irish accent.
Hey, don't knock potatoes. Trust me. Fried, baked, and so many other ways, those are delicious.
Was a lady of Tut, whose tastes grew perverted and rot. She cared not for steaks or for pastries and cakes, but lived upon penis au gratin.
You got me. That sounds just like our Leppy boy. Downstairs, Fazio gives Loretta the coin and tells her to sell it, not believing that it's magic. Then Mitch shows up and takes it from her since she lost all that house money to Scott. They somehow wind up talking about Tammy, and Mitch says he wishes he could bang her, so a spell overcomes Tammy and she immediately runs to him to talk in a disgusting baby voice.
I want you more than any man I've ever known in my life.
Is that supposed to be sexy? Because I kind of want to drop it.
I think you want that guy. I think I'm gonna puke in my mouth a little. For goodness sakes, the guy looks like an elderly foreskin.
You're off at daycare right now. This nasty turn of events proves to Loretta that the coin fulfills wishes, so while Tammy continues her infantile seduction act,
Oh, Richie, I like my lovin' the same way I like my men, tough.
which also includes this weird hitting in the face gag for a minute, Loretta sneaks into Mitch's room and steals the gold coin back from him. This breaks the spell on Tammy right in the middle of her striptease.
Mitch?
Yeah, that
Please take it off. Take it off now. There goes my dirty mind again.
That's actually some solid acting of that situation. She looks appropriately horrified. Tammy forcefully runs away from Mitch, getting fired by him on her way out. This whole incident made Mitch forget about a meeting with Art and Tony, who killed the time talking about underwear.
How do you want to hang?
Loose. I want to be comfortable.
I like a little support.
Do you?
Mitch probably won't be
Yeah, they're obviously in a gay relationship.
joining them anytime soon, though, because Leprechaun finds his way into his hotel room and turns on some personalized porn.
Take a look at these, Mitch.
You know, we laugh at this, but there's probably already personalized VR porn out there. Leprechaun movies are for...
There is. Tell me how and where I can buy that. Ugh. Boy, my mind is beyond... never mind.
forward thinking, yo. They're so futuristic, they just skip the VR phase and get right into materialized sex type things. The TV lady is all like, I know you want what's on my mind. Here I come, as Lep plays dress up on the TV screen as a sleazy TV attorney, a sleazy televangelist, and a sleazy fortune teller. Ha, remember Miss Cleo? After his potato-thon, Scott runs into Tammy, crying from her incident with Mitch, and he swears to be her white knight and avenger, so they head back upstairs for some confrontation. But they don't got to worry about it, Lep's on the case, because TV lady is now robot lady, and despite the persistence of her breasts, now she's looking for a kill type thing. Leprechaun comes out to taunt Mitch as the deconstructed fembot sparks and blows up in Mitch's lap, giving us one of the most
Yeah, I can just imagine the headline, Death by Electrocution of the Penis.
unique kills you could ask for. I wonder, do androids dream of electric sheepskin condoms? Mitch is left burnt up on the bed when Scott and Tammy get to him. Leprechaun jumps out to them, and Tammy gives the best reaction to the little shit I've ever heard.
Who are you?
It's fucking amazing. Who are you? Scott tosses something at Lep and knocks him down, and they run away from this mess right as Art and Tony show up.
What the hell's going on here?
Tony tries to recommend a dermatologist to Lep, but the recommendation is met with the end of his cane stabbing out Tony's eye, complete with a line about beauty being in the eye of the beholder. Then Lep takes the same cane to Art and beats him down to the floor. Dude, you're a magical fucking leprechaun and you're just beating people with a cane like Charles Sumner. Fucking do something! Also, this apparently kills these guys since they stop moving and we never see them again.
Well, if the method of killing them works, don't fix it. Just saying.
According to the common law of slasher films, that means they're dead. Lep smells out his shilling while a Bowie dances in the back there. Get it, David? The shilling stench is coming from Loretta as she wishes to be young and beautiful again. It works for her, but then she fucks up and goes gloating about it to Fazio. When he sees the coin's magic works, he steals it from her and locks her behind in the dressing room. She tries to comfort herself with some quality mirror time, but then ugly-ass Leprechaun ruins the view and delivers one of his most infamous limerick lead-ins to a kill ever.
Your boobs are big, your butt is small, but still you're in for quite a fall. What didn't you hear? Bigger is good, but jumbo is dear. I'll give you boobs that come out to here.
Again, awful fucking rhyme structure, but he follows through on his promise. He blows her up and Botoxes her all over the place until she winds up looking like a terrifyingly buxom Howard the Duck. She gets so inflated that she can't even...
I know. What the hell?
fit through the doorway, and when Leprechaun pulls out an umbrella, you know what's in store. Yep, Loretta bursts into pieces, a victim of her own vanity and the magical murder abilities of one green little shit. On the run from Lep, Tammy sees that Scott is going through some changes, so they head to the pawn shop where it all began in order to find some answers. The Windows 93 there is still helpfully playing that Lep CD, and it says that if you destroy the gold, you destroy the Lep. Also, looks like Scott's repelled by the medallion, same as the Lep man was. They head into the basement where not even the screenwriter knows what they're doing.
What exactly are we looking for?
A decent movie? Eventually, Scott is drawn to the gold in the safe and uses his newfound Lep powers to open it up. But when Tammy wants to destroy it, Scott says no and leaps out.
Don't take a leprechaun's gold. Not if you want to live to be ripe and old.
Tammy doesn't like that Leprechaun roleplay shit, and when Lep shows up, neither does he.
2 leprechauns is 1 too many.
Oh yeah? How about 7? Scott tries to wish Lep to the bottom of the ocean, but I guess it doesn't work that way. Lep gets mad at him and gives another infamous couplet.
For pulling this trick, I'll jump off your deck!
He misses, though, and after an all-star pitch from Tammy, they're able to get away from
Oh, that got so close.
him, and Tammy wisely grabbing the medallion on her way out. Tammy takes Scott to a hospital where the doctors examine him to show us the gross-looking skin effects going on down there. Thanks for the continued great makeup work, Gabe Bartalos. But don't look now, Lep's at the hospital too, having snuck in disguised as the doctor. You know what? Actually got nothing to say about that, but I will commend the sharp social commentary.
Now listen to me. This may mean the difference between living and dying.
Do you have health insurance?
Ooh, hurts that it's still
What the hell? A guy is dying and all you're worried about is his health insurance. What's wrong with you?
relevant 23 years later. Scott's blood is green, his brain scan is vulgar Clover's, and his EKG reading is little leprechaun prints. Why wasn't the fuck you Clover's the third joke in that set? Come on. For whatever reason, Tammy seeks help in the morgue only to find the mortician has joined his subjects in death, having been stabbed in the chest with a variety of utensils by that nasty Leppy boy. Speaking of which, he shows up and straps Tammy to a gurney. How will Scott rescue the Playboy bunny in distress? Better wake up and use those Lep powers to have a wacky hijinks-filled escape from the greedy doctors and nurses who were gonna steal the money they found in his jacket. And so Scott is able to burst in on the Leprechaun to save that chick he met a few hours ago that he now loves and wants to marry. Lep starts an apparently harmless fire around Scott, who tells him Fazio has his coin. Go fucking bug him about it. Lep pieces out to go do that in a wonderfully Leppy way. Fazio, of course, wished on the coin to be the greatest magician in the world, so he's in the middle of a big show at the casino where a pumped-up audience is watching him premiere his burning beauty trick. And lest anyone thinks his tricks are fake,
Fazio's illusions are very, very real.
I love it. Too bad he gets upstaged by Lep coming out of a box. The audience goes fucking nuts over Lep showboating, and when Fazio refuses to give the Leprechaun his coin, Lep shows him what a real magician can do. Fazio winds up in one of those cut-in-half boxes, and Lep is planning on going full Leatherface on it. First, he gets the audience to cheer him on, which has gotta really suck for Fazio, and then he just starts that baby up and tears into the box, cutting Fazio in half as he screams in anguish. The crowd begins to realize something's wrong around the second giant blood spray, but before anyone can do anything about it, Fazio dies on stage. Lep can't help but be a showman to the end, so even though he's lost the crowd, he follows through and shows them all the bifurcated body inside. Great stuff. The audience breaks into a panic right as Scott and Tammy show up and exit the casino quickly in full movie crowd stampede mode. Scott and his flamethrower are threatening the pot of gold, so Leprechaun tries appealing to Scott's inner Lep with a Star Wars reference.
Come over to the green side. I'll make you rich.
Scott gets a real creepy tempted look on his face while he stares at the gold.
Come to the green side. I like that.
Tammy is able to talk him out of it, and instead, Scott lights up the pot with his flamethrower, causing it to, just kind of disappear. Great. Then the Leprechaun bursts into flames and does a fire stunt on wires that are painfully visible. Damn, this movie was cheap, and that Lep is dead, or at least dead enough for me to put on the count. With the gold gone, Scott is able to turn back into a real boy. The movie ends with Tammy revealing she held onto a coin. The two of them briefly consider whether or not they should use its powers, but they settle on just trying to one-up each other with cringy lines.
I think I have everything I want.
You know something, sweetheart? This could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
I'll call that a draw. Since this movie took place in a big city, does it have a big body count? Let's find out and get to the numbers. Thank you. Thank you very much. 8 people died in Leprechaun 3, so the kills in this series continue to slowly increase. Of the victims, only 1 was a woman, the other 7 being men, but one of those was a leprechaun, so let's get a tri-colored pie chart up in this bitch. Nice. With a runtime of 90 minutes, that comes out to a kill on average every 11.25 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Loretta. I really wanted to give it to Fazio for how brutal his kill was, or Mitch for how unique his was, but Loretta's death kind of sums up the tone of this movie all by itself, and has gotta be one of Lep's all-time most memorable kills. Dal Machete for Lamest kill will definitely be Art, who, real talk, no way actually would have fucking died from that. And that's it. Leprechaun 3 came out direct-to-video in 1995, and if it's your favorite of the franchise, you're not alone. Warwick Davis cites it as his too. Next time we're looking at nobody's favorite, Leprechaun 4 in space. But until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching today's Kill Count. I want to thank a couple of patrons like Daniel and Dusty Dormini and Zachary Tello. If you want to join the Patreon family and support me for as little as $1 a month, you can join with that button right over there. Patrons get special rewards based on their pledge amount. Also, I want to give a special thanks to my assistant editor, Bree. Her help on these videos has basically been saving my life. So hashtag thanks, Bree. All right, y'all, be good people.
Now I have to say, that was interesting, and I have to say, downright creepy yet awesome at the same time. I'm just saying, be it what you will, I like the Leprechaun movies myself. Now, not so much for the ones, I'm not much for the Leprechaun in the Hood ones, but the original 4, all 4 of them, just saying, awesome movies. Completely hilarious and horrific. But besides that, I hope you all enjoyed this as much as I did. I hope you all have a nice, tremendous day. Hope you all take care. Be sure to check out my channel, The Blazing White Line. Be sure to check out the channel I just reacted to, Dead Meat. They do great work just like this. Also, be sure to any comments or any videos you'd like to graciously recommend in the description down below. Thank you. Have a nice, tremendous day, and I hope you all take care. But I have to say, that was just plain awesome. Besides that, 1, 2, 3.